Okay, so this is a VR to so pal. I don't know what I'm gonna call this, but the point of me bringing up the Dad Saves America dude and having you watch that is or was that something is happening. I think we can agree that given everything going on and our political instability and the state of the world, something eventually is going to happen. Is that Civil War, World War III, whatever, French Revolution? I don't know. But the question that Dad Saves America's video made me ask is, do we have some sort of socialist revolution burning on the back burner, right or left, no matter who wins? Like any amount of instability or chaos from World War III or a civil war or whatever would give a communist revolution what it would need to do what it does. And the left is full on fucking commies. The right wing is divided between people who are, I would say American socialists and kind of like you and me. I figure the rest of it is like constitutional conservative, financially conservative, that kind of thing. And if our own side doesn't even agree that socialism shouldn't be a fucking thing, like, okay, what are the odds that like some sort of socialist revolution is the, it's not the thing that happens, but it is the ultimate end goal of all of this shit. And not like, oh, there's a cabal of people and their end goal is this. I mean, like, I'm looking ahead, like 20 years in the future. What are we? And I'm positing that no matter what happens in the next couple of years, war wise and whatever, we might be some sort of like socialist communist state of some flavor in 20 years, regardless of whatever else goes on. And how does that affect the potential coming civil war? Like, if the political shit keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter and amped up, I think a civil war is coming. You already know that. And given shit that's happening between us and Russia and China and all that, I'm surprised World War III hasn't started already from that shit. So it's those two irons in the fire that make me like, this could be bad. And then the Dad Saves America video was like going, hey, did you notice this giant fucking like bowl of socialists on the back burner? Yeah, that might come back to bite us. I don't know. I hope that makes more sense than my last video did. But that was kind of the point I'm getting at. Like, you're talking about a lot of shit that I was like steel manning his argument. Like, how would we get to this thing that he says? Which is like, at least my takeaway from his video was he thinks there's a right wing socialist revolution coming. I'm like, interesting. I don't know that I see that. I do see the fucking like young people as a whole, left and center right kind of, that are open to socialism, all falling under the banner of some new thing that pops up as a reaction to being drafted to go fight in China or being drafted to fight other fucking Americans here. Like, look at the 1917 October revolutions. Those didn't just happen out of nowhere. They were caused by the fact that Russia had fought World War I for 3 years. That's what I'm worried about. Anyway, sorry if I overreacted to your video or whatever. Like, I don't know. Your video just really focused on like all of the shit that I fucking said because I did a 30-minute thing off the cuff and not on my actual main point. My actual main point is not that the war will be over in 4 days. That is just, that is what happened in the French Revolution. And wars can be that short. And if the war was that short, then maybe what Dad said America would have said is that's where I was going with that. That's not like, oh, I think the war's only going to last 4 days. I don't know. You said a bunch of other shit, but it was all stuff like that where, like, that wasn't even the point of what I was saying at all. And because the video was so long and rambly and pointless, you couldn't really tell what my point was. At least this is what I think. So, I don't know. If you want to keep talking, I'll keep listening, but you should get that, like, for me, this isn't oh, it might maybe happen or whatever. This is actively happening to me in my real life. And based off of shit that's going on in my own real life, I am coming to certain conclusions about our future. And when you go, when you say shit that makes me think that, like, you're still trying to debate whether this is real or not, it kind of, like, just, I don't know. You completely missed the point of my video, I guess, because I'm well past the point of, is this real or not? It is real. It is happening. There is this problem with the youth of America being fucking young, angry fucking people with no women and no jobs. Like, when I say no jobs, I mean, like, you know what I mean. Just because you can get a minimum wage job doesn't mean that you can find a job that actually gets you the things that you want in life. And that's more where most of my generation is and below is they are underemployed. They are not unemployed. And I think if you put those numbers into perspective with the people who are unemployed added in, you'll find that that's some crazy fucking shit, man. And as far as the women thing goes, dude, you can mock not having fucking women or whatever all you want, but the reality is for any dude between the ages of like 16 and 30, having a woman or women in his life is like one of the things he cares about most. And like, if you are thinking about things properly, you are trying to find the right woman to have kids with. And if that's no longer an option to you, what fucking happens to you? Like, some weird shit starts to come into your mind, right? Like, maybe there's some ways to solve that problem, or, you know, we're all Valhalla bound anyway. Like, there ain't no pussy around. Let's just go fucking kill each other. Because that tends to be what usually happens in these situations. And this is why it's an issue. It's not like, oh, look at them. The incels can't get pussy. No, I'm saying this is like it's not just an incel problem. This is a every man under the age of 40 problem who is in the dating world, and it isn't getting better. And every time this has happened throughout history, where like there was an undersupply of women to men, the only solution to that has been war. Either war to go find more bitches, or war to kill each other to fight over the fucking ones you got. Something like that. Like, this, I'm not talking about like, oh, in 1812 this happened. I'm talking about like in the Bronze Age and shit. Like, fucking major wars happened because empires had situations very similar to this. You know, it is a real problem. I'm sorry that you don't think it is. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm sorry if I overreacted to something you said. Like, I don't know. I was pretty fucking livid before. Like, I don't know. I feel like a fucking crazy person sometimes because, like, I pretty much see some of the shit that's happening pretty much verbatim. Other shit's kind of gray and hazy, and I don't know. But, like, some of the shit that I do know is that we have multiple situations that are potentially leading us into war, and we might have this, like, back burner socialist revolution thing to contend with. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts.